Alrighty, rude folks. We've just entered Scrap Brain Zone. It's time for us to go and take the fight to the big bad Eggman. And holy shit, this zone has so much going at us. Not even kidding, this zone is just out to fucking kill Sonic. The pollution generating base Scrap Brain is so fucking hard in comparison to any other level in this game. Not kidding. I actually think Scrap Brain's probably the hardest final zone of the classic Sonic series. There are crushing devices such as these fucking everywhere. There are flamethrowers, caterpillars, and also giant motherfucking buzzsaws. Holy shit, everything is out to kill you. Bottomless pits, bomb enemies, platforms that just like, ha, fuck you, Sonic. This place is fucking brutal. Also, something I should probably mention, once you reach Scrap Brain Zone, you can no longer get Chaos Emeralds. You cannot get any Chaos Emeralds or special stages in Scrap Brain Zone onward. Oh, right here, bottomless pit. Be careful. I love the background. It really shows off the Sega Genesis's power, in my opinion. Oh, I love Scrap Brain Zone's song, too. This actually used to be my favorite song in the game, but Spring Yard Zone grew on me. I made that zone, or that act look really fucking easy, I know. I still got the shit kicked out of me along the way, but I made it look really fucking easy. Believe me, it's a lot harder than that, than what I'm making it look. Act 2 is much harder than Act 1, in my opinion. We're now inside of Scrap Brain. Also, the background kind of looks like a face. Am I the only one who sees it? Anyway, though, you want to watch out for caterpillars, and I recommend taking the bottom path, such as myself, because the top path, there are multiple pathways through all the levels, really, but the top path is much harder than the bottom path, in my opinion. Oh, fuck. The reason it's much harder is because it still has those conveyor belt sections that we just passed, except instead of buzzsaws that hurt you if you don't happen to get across in time, they have crushing pillars that will kill you. That is much harder to do. Also, I recommend slowing down right here because these folding out platforms, they drop you down there with the lightning orb shocky thing, and it drives me crazy. When I get going too fast, I tend to either run into the flamethrowers on the edge and fall back into the pit, and then once the flaps go back to being, like, closed to where you can run on them, and you're down there, you can't jump through them. You gotta wait until they fold back down, and I hate that part. When you get here, I recommend dropping down to the bottom, because that's so much easier than fighting the fucking conveyor belts, and I always fucking get shocked there. Like I said, everything in this zone, rather, is out to fucking kill you. The bomb enemies explode, you can't jump into them, and yeah, fucking tough. Fucking tough. I have no idea how the hell I didn't get hit by that fire there, but hey, I'm not complaining. And pig robots that spit out bombs that kind of bounce around. They're annoying, but they're not too bad. I mean, compared to everything else they're throwing at you, they're nothing. I say that, and yet I run right into the bomb that they kicked out. I don't know how I got hit there. I've mentioned this back in Marble Zone. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I mentioned this back in Marble Zone, but the caterpillars, I love jumping on their heads instead of rolling into them, and sometimes it's kind of glitchy and y'all still get hit. I recommend rolling. Anyway, wait a minute. What the hell's going on? We're still going. It's Doctor Eggman! What? Oh, fuck, no! Ah! Welcome to Act 3. Act 3 is done in the theme of Labyrinth Zone. Labyrinth Zone. I hate that word. Anyway, it's an underwater level, much like Labyrinth Zone, go figure. This one has very, very, very few bubbles, and it has a lot more shit out here to kill you. Is it the hardest act of Scrap Brain? I don't know, that's hard to say. All of the acts are really fucking tough, but anyway, as you can tell, the water and the scenery is a different color from Labyrinth Zone. And I actually feel like that's because I like to think that Doctor Eggman built Scrap Brain on top of Labyrinth Zone. But I'll talk about that more in the extra video. Well, not extra, but the My Thoughts video. Unlike Labyrinth Zone, this Scrap Brain's Labyrinth Zone recreation area has very few bubbles. You really gotta take advantage of the bubbles when you can. Actually, should have mentioned this back in Labyrinth Zone when we were in it, but the air bubbles when you're underwater, they spit out this big air bubble that if you jump into, rather, you get a breath of fresh air and you can keep going. Like, timer's going now. I'm gonna stand here and wait for a bit. Get out the bubble. Come on, come on. Okay. It kicked out the bubble. I jumped into it. Sonic does this really awesome breathing in animation, and, you know, I can keep going without worrying about drowning. In hindsight, right there, I probably could have made it to the top of this little pathway because the water's not actually that far from where I got hit and fell down. But anyway, like I said, lots of dickish enemies. All the enemies from Labyrinth Zone are still here in the Scrap Brain Zone. There are a lot more chain balls, and they drive me crazy. So, at the beginning of the level, I actually ran past this platform that was starting to slide down the ramp. If you do not run in front of it quickly enough, then you have to take a much longer route through Scrap Brain. That's a very kick-ass shortcut, and I highly recommend you take it, because this zone is just fucking brutal. Oh shit, I'm drowning! I'm drowning! Oh, fuck, I got hit! No! No! I'm waiting. Oh god. Oh god, send out a bubble! Send out a bubble! Oh fuck, I'm gonna oh, ooh. That was like a last second freaking bubble save right there. I fuck up right here and get hit, because up here, I always get hit right there. And fuck. Well, luckily this time, let's not fuck it up this time. Luckily I did better, and I took note that there's the edge of the water right there. Like I said, I always get hit right there. It has to do with everything they throw at you at that last second. Not that it matters, because we're now in Final Zone. It's time. It's time to go kick Dr. Eggman's ass. Let's do it! So here's the gimmick with the final boss. For whatever fucking reason, I have no idea why, but he's riding in one of the pillars. It's always random which pillar he comes out of. And when the pillars aren't moving to crush you, because they will crush you, by the way, when they're not moving to crush you, then at the top, 4 laser ball thingies kind of fly towards Sonic really, really, really slow, and they kind of home in on where you're standing, but there's always a gap big enough for Sonic to jump through, so it's really nothing. It's not a very hard final boss. It's pretty underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. Considering what we had to go through just to get here, it's really underwhelming. Because the thing is that the balls, they're not fast enough to actually hit you. I'm serious. There are so many ways to dodge them, and they're never gonna fucking hit me. They never have. And as for the crushing, there are 2 clear areas you can stand where you're not gonna get crushed. So, again, can't really kill you. It's amazing just how easy this boss is. This is actually a pretty shitty run of the boss. I'm usually done here in... For this boss, I usually average about 1 minute, 30 seconds, give or take. And this time around, it takes me a bit longer. Not that I care, because it gets to show you guys what's going on. I have actually managed to jump into Eggman in the pillar twice before. I know that sounds crazy and it shouldn't happen, but I've managed to do it. It is possible. But yeah, seriously, there's not a whole lot else to explain. He's never going to crush me because, well, for one, they move slow. 2, there's safe areas. And the pellet energy balls are never going to hit me. Maybe if they were a little faster. Or the other thing that they could have done is made it to where they come from one of the sides sometimes, instead of always coming from the top down. It is the first Sonic the Hedgehog game, so I can cut it slack. But I'm just saying, this final boss is one of the easiest in the Sonic series. Not kidding, it's one of the easiest, and I don't feel the threat. I just don't. I do love the final boss theme, though, and I don't like the boss theme for Dr. Eggman in Sonic 1 very much at all. I feel it's kind of underwhelming. The final boss theme, though, it's a nice, much nicer version of it. It feels much more fitting. So, I like it. I like it a lot. But with that, Dr. Eggman finally loses. Let's get... Oh, fuck. Blah! Fuck you, Sonic! Whoa. Sorry, I know that was terrible. I've been working on it. I still gotta work on it. But anyway, we beat the game. Huzzah! And because we got all 6 of the Chaos Emeralds, we are able to restore nature. Huh, motherfucking za! Way to go, Sonic, as he pokes our eyeballs out. And that's the game, folks. If you didn't get all the Chaos Emeralds, then you don't restore nature. That's literally it. That and Doctor Eggman shows up with the try again sign as he juggles whatever emeralds you didn't get. Holy shit, though. That is such a fantastic game. I also really love the ending credits. I love the ending credits in almost every Sonic game. They do such a good job with it. Oh, this is such a fantastic game. Anyway, though, this was Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for Sega Genesis. It's fan-fucking-tastic. Not even kidding. It is so much fun to play. It's no wonder Sonic's able to compete with Mario. Or rather, he was. And honestly, I like Sonic better than Mario. Yeah, call me crazy. Huh. This version of Starlight Zone's music seems like it's kind of sped up. Is it just me? I don't know. Anyway, though, it's a very fun game. I highly recommend it. So, this is it for Sonic the Hedgehog 1, aside from the My Thoughts video, which will be uploaded probably around the same time, because, you know, we gotta move on. I've been putting off Chrono Trigger for a while now. That's the next game we're gonna be tackling. Oh, right here. Something I didn't show off during the LP is that if you curl into a ball while on these rotating platforms and then you jump, you go super fucking high. You don't ever need to, though. You don't ever need to. You can reach the upward path without doing it. I love that ending where Dr. Eggman's throwing a tantrum. Reminds me a lot of Kirby Dream Land's ending with King Dedede. Anywho, stay tuned for the My Thoughts video. Thank you all for watching. If you all have fond memories of this game, please, by all means, tell me. I'm always happy to hear. I'm Gene the Pink Panther. Thanks again for watching. See you later.